YouTube? I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter tabletop game every weekday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and give you my honest thoughts on how that Kickstarter is being ran. So if you enjoy that kind of content, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below as we're trying to reach 9,000 subscribers, or even consider supporting my Patreon, as currently I'm a stay-at-home dad and trying to just make a buck any way I can. But right now, I'm very excited to be checking out War Room, a Larry Harris game, second edition, a deluxe global World War II board game for 2 to 6 players, team play. Second edition is ... Now, there's a lot here I like, and there's a lot here I don't like. So first and foremost, I don't know who Larry Harris is, and I am in the board game hobby. I am super deep in the board game hobby, and I have no clue who Larry Harris is. So that name does not impress me in any way, shape, or form. But you know what does? The word second edition. A deluxe global World War II board game for 2 to 6 players. Team play. It's also kind of odd how it's worded there. I'd love to see how many players it is, the time length over here, the cost. Just funded. Who cares? Like, nobody cares. Good for you. Don't pat yourself on the back for that. Your whole goal is to be funded, but wow, look at that main image. And I gotta tell you, that main image really pops right here, but on where I just was, it doesn't pop nearly as much, but wow, that is. And those components right there, okay, so I'm seeing some value already. So I do like this picture. Raised $187,000, 1,367 backers. As always, when I go into this video, I'm trying to see the 3 things that every Kickstarter should be trying to convince you. Do you want it? Can you do it? And how much is it? Let's do it.
Nightingale Games presents the second edition of War Room, a Larry Harris game. A grand simulation of World War II on a global scale for 2 to 6 players.
Holy. I really like how that zoomed out. That just gave me a very good sense of the scale going on here. Very impressed with that shot right there. Is a very good shot.
World War II was the most catastrophic clash of power in the history of mankind. This game begins in early 1942 with the Axis near its peak of strength. Germany, Italy, and Imperial Japan struggle against the Allied forces of the Soviet Union, the British Commonwealth, the United States, and the Republic of China. You assume the role of Commander-in-Chief of one or more of these 7 nations, and it becomes...
That is really hot right there. Look at that. You got your own little box right there. Is that a magnetic class box that I see? Is that how that's going to work? Like you put your little pegs inside of this box? This is really nifty. That is very impressive, and hopefully they do a great job when we get to the part where I open my wallet of giving me just a good sense of this, because I think a lot of people might have missed that, like that little design aspect right there. It's very clever.
Role of Commander-in-Chief of one or more of these 7 nations, and it becomes your job to make the challenging strategic decisions that will alter the course of history. In any of 4 possible scenarios,
2, 1 hour, 3 to 5, and there it is. There's the one everybody here wants. Let's be honest. If you're looking at a game like this and you're really saying, I want to play this 6 players, I want to play this around a board, I want to feel like a general, because I'm a huge Twilight Imperium fan. I love epic style games. This is the one. And so you're pitching yourself as essentially as a all-day style game, in addition, while still being able to do the bite-sized things. A 2-player, 2 to 3, 2 to 4. Interesting. Very interesting. Also, I do want to say that I saw that this was on Board Game Geek already, and it's ranked, I believe, in like 3,500, 3,700, which is a really good number. That can tell you that people have played this and they thought it was a good to great game, because that's, there's tens of thousands of games out there. So to be in the top 3,000, that's great.
From the Eastern...
He created Axis and Allies. Holy freaking crap. Thank you so much, Joe. That's a game changer. Wow. Well, you know what you need to do here? A deluxe global World War II board game for 2 to 6 players created by Axis and Allies creator. That's what you need to do. You are banking, in my opinion, too much on his name and too much, because... I'm deep in the board game hobby. I did not know that. Larry Harris is the designer of Axis and Allies. But when you say designed by the maker of Axis and Allies, that gets me excited. And to be quite honest, as a board gamer, as a hobby board gamer, I feel like we're a little bit snooty and elitist sometimes. I think we poo-poo on games like Axis and Allies. But Still, you look up this game, you say, oh, it's in the top 4,000. That's exciting. Interesting.
War in the Pacific, or the war in Europe, to an all-out global conflict. It is you, along with your allies, who must make the painful choice of whether to defend the vulnerable supplies of oil, iron, and other strategic resources.
I like what you did there, Nightingale. They were all standing up over the board, discussing, talking, making these strategic decisions, rubbing his chin. That's good. It was a good shot.
Or press the attack on the enemy's capital.
Oh, that's hot! That's hot! That's from a craps table.
Equipment under your command.
The board is so big, we have to give you the same tool they use at a craps table. That's how epic your experience is going to be. Love this.
You can't ignore the stress of war, as the mounting casualties could plunge your nation's morale toward economic collapse or worse. You must anticipate the enemy's movement, as all orders are written secretly and simultaneously.
What?
Each nation can only assign orders to a limited number of commands per round. So after conferring with your allies and crafting the most effective and brilliant maneuvers, the orders are then executed as written.
I gotta say, interweaving people actually doing what you're saying here was just a spectacularly well done move. That, just watching them play gets me excited about playing this game. What's up, Red?
Will your enemy predict your strategy and deliver a crushing blow? Or perhaps it is you who stuns the world and captures the key territories?
Huh.
Besides the chess-like maneuvering during strategic planning and resource management during the production phase, there are also tactical choices to be made during the dice-based combat resolution, as units must be assigned stances such as offensive or defensive, anti-air or surface attacks. Each crucial decision is poised to swing the balance of power.
Okay, I feel like we might be getting to that point where we're getting a little bit too much into the rules. You've got my interest. Are you going to be able to maintain it for 2 more minutes? I got ADHD. It's hard. But I do love how they're seamlessly interweaving. Like, we're seeing clips from World War II. We're seeing, these people playing. We're seeing a lot of different stuff. They're keeping my eyeballs engaged.
With minimal downtime, War Room is engaging and suspenseful.
Minimal
Basics
downtime.
of the game rules are surprisingly easy to learn, but yet offer significant depth in strategy. Depending on the variable scope of a scenario, a game can range from 1 hour to 10+ hours.
I love what they just did there. They said, hey, this game sounds like it's super duper complex. It is, but it's bite-sized. You can understand everything that's going on. They're interesting decisions, but they're decisions that require a good deal of thought. I love that. I love what they're saying. And now they're spotlighting, hey, you want to play this the 1 hour? You want to do the 6 to 12? They're trying to be everyone to everyone. Everything to everyone, which is a very challenging task. Like Twilight Imperium, 4th edition. 3rd edition, love them both. But one of the things that game does is it does not try and please anyone except for people who are willing to sit there for a very long time and play the game. And I would be very curious to know how different this 1 hour game is to this 6 to 12 hour game. And if I would even want to play this 1 hour game. Very curious about that. I'm curious to see what kind of videos they have on this.
However, in the 2nd edition, we introduce a quick battle system which cuts overall game time by roughly a third.
Oh.
We have streamlined a few components which allow us to offer War Room for a...
So once again, they're giving me a feel for the size of the box. It's not as good as I would like, but I imagine with how big this game is, this is going to be a very wide style box. So they're setting me up for some high shipping, which is good. $137. And wow! Wow, they're even mentioning the shipping right here? You're going to make me blush, Nightingale Games. I'm always talking about that sort of thing, because as always, there's 3 things you need to be convinced of in a Kickstarter video. That the creators can do it. Can they do it? Do you want it? And how much is it? And they're letting me know how much it is right now, so it's $172 out the door. And I might have another game that I could reach for in my Twilight Imperium realm, where it's like, I got this group of people coming over. We're going to be playing this all stinking day. Well, we could play TI. We could play Xayah. Well, what about War Room? I got this new Kickstarter. I like what they're doing here.
A Kickstarter pledge of $137 plus shipping. The retail MSRP will climb to $200 shortly after this campaign ends. For complete details on what's different...
So you can get the whole thing for cheaper than the SRP, and that counts shipping? How can you possibly say no? And this is why I say, why not throw the shipping up there? Why not put the prices in the Kickstarter video? Why not let me know all that stuff at the door?
Different in the second edition, and how to upgrade forwards or backwards, check out the components section below.
Oh, good.
Hello, I'm Larry Harris, down in my own war room. I call this a war room. This is my design studio. I've been here and worked from here for all.
I love what you're doing right now, but you really need to mention who Larry Harris is. Just put a little text right there, designer of Axis and Allies or something like that. Because right now what you're doing by doing this is you're trying to appeal to just that core fan base, like the people who have bought the 16 million different versions of Axis and Allies. And I don't think you have to just do that. Like they're in. I imagine those people are in. They've been in. But now it's like, hey, Twilight Imperium fans, board game fans in general, come on over here. Come check this out. And I don't feel like we're doing enough there.
A lot of years now, and I designed War Room. I've been designing games forever. To give you some idea of just how long I've been in this industry, I designed Milton Bradley's original Game Master series, and that dates back to 1984.
Wow.
Which included Axis and Allies, which itself has become not only a classic...
There we go! But why? How many people are not getting to the 350 mark of your video? Do you really assume that people have the time and the attention span to really sit there when there's hundreds of other games to compete against you? I think that is a misstep, not spotlighting his pedigree a little bit more.
But a franchise, an Axis and Allies franchise. I've developed or designed hundreds of games along the way. With all that said, I want to tell you that I consider War Room to be my magnum opus in all seriousness.
That's amazing.
If you have an interest in history, specifically World War II, or simply enjoy spending time with your friends while playing a competitive, compelling game, this might be the game for you. Get to know War Room. I think it'd be time well spent. You're going to love this game. It's fun. I want to thank you ahead of time for your support, and I want to, one more time, thank those who helped us in our first Kickstarter. Thank you. Good night.
Okay. A lot of thoughts on that video, but overall, yeah. Do I want it? Yeah. Yeah, as someone who likes the idea of this game, yes, absolutely. I think you nailed that. Can you do it? Yes, this is the second edition, so obviously the can you do it is they've already done it before. But let's check it out. We got Larry there as well. So we got two people potentially doing the customer service. And yeah, okay, so 1,750. So yes, the can you do it is an overwhelming yes. And this is what I always talk about. This oh so delicious second edition of a game. So you release a game on a Kickstarter, and it's just a Kickstarter game most of the time. It doesn't come out to retailer. At least that's how Kickstarter works a lot now. And so then when you finally do come back, because you've sold through all those first games, and you have the reputation, you have the pedigree, and say people really enjoyed this game, you come out with the second edition. This is where you can just make tons and tons and tons of money. Dwellings of Everdale, I'm telling you, Breaking Games, get on that. You guys need to be doing that. But anywho, Nightingale Games LLC invites you back to the second edition of War Room, a Larry Harris game. So what do I want right now? Nothing. I'm backing it right now. Do I want it? Yes. Can you do it? Yes. You've shown me. You already did it. How much is it? You already told me. I don't even need your story. You have done such a great job on your video. But I do want to see if there's a whale or something like that. Or see what it is. So here we go. $200 core edition. Golden Geek Award. I like spotlighting that. Hopefully we get some quotes and some videos coming on later down here. And we got this big epic setup thing. This is good. This is very good. Once again, I don't know the exact size. Like, I would like to know, like, if there were people standing here, or if there was just a Mountain Dew can. Like, I guess that'd look unprofessional. But once again, I do want to get, like, the exact size of what's going on here. Heavy player interaction, team-based cooperation, secretly plot and twist, easy to learn, trick to master, essential, exciting, rich history, theme of World War II, low downtime, simultaneous. These are all great stuff. Varial scope and non-repetitive play. Cool. Welcome So this is a section index. Okay, like this idea. First edition reviews, first edition testimonials, rule books, how to play, shipping and timeline, all the way at the bottom. I feel like right now, because I'm going to guess this is one of those Kickstarters with just one pledge level. I'm taking the stab in the dark here. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's 3, but this is the tabletop simulator one, which is normally free, $5, whatevs. I don't hate it. We have the $137, which is the overwhelming number of people who are getting this. Yes. Awesome. Whoa! Whoa! Option A, pay shipping now. If you want it shipped to a region that has a listed price, you may include the shipping cost now as a manual add-on to avoid the hassle of paying shipping later. Oh my gosh, that is exciting stuff. Excellent. Nightingale Games, I love the cut of your jig. Option B, pay shipping later. Choose this, and shipping costs and any VAT customs will be billed separately when it's time to actually ship. And you know what? Now that I see this, you know, I don't even have a problem with the shipping team all the way down. It's so clean and clear. Beautiful. Beautiful. First edition reviews, awesome. Love the Discriminating Gamer. Low key, one of my favorite reviewers out there. And once again, I can go here and I can get a very firm grist for the box as well. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I'm sure he somewhere gives me a firm idea of what the box is. Excellent. Board Game Geek, and you're spotlighting this. Yeah, the top 3,241. That means a lot to a lot of people. This is a great game. The Player's Aid initial impressions, written review. I'd like some quotes. I think quotes would really be the key here. You know, you got a lot of things that are clickable, but I just want quotes. I just want those little quotes to say, you know, this is one of my new go-to all-day games. You know, anything like that. First edition testimonials has replaced all other games in this category in my mind. It's everything I expected. Finally, my 10-game game in my collection. So we got awesome quotes. Good stuff. It makes me feel more comfortable. But honestly, so there is no 2. I cannot give this a 2. I have the rating scale, which is a 0, 1, a 2. 2 means back for whale. There is no whale here, which makes me worry a little bit about the legs of this campaign and how engaged it's going to be, because, you know, most of the time when you're scrolling through Kickstarter, you're going based off magic or popularity. Those are the 2 most common ways. You might do it by how much it's raised. Nobody does it by how much it's raised, because then it gives you all the old crap, which is super duper annoying. But those are the 2 most common ways I believe that most people scroll. And so if you want to stay up higher on that magic and that popularity chart, you need to have people coming back to your Kickstarter campaign, and with no stretch goals, with no daily unlocks or anything like that, it's going to be hard for them to stay up there. 4 scenarios, variable gameplay length. Cool. Awesome. Looks good. Oh, and wow, are these puzzle pieces? No. Those are just the chunks of the board you're going to use. Okay, cool. 7 phases of play. This is all good. Rule booklet, clickable. It's clickable. Love it. This is, oh, and then I can get it right here. Excellent. Excellent. Easy to find. How to play videos. What? No. 22 minutes. Let's see, part 2, part 3, part 4. Okay, how long are we going here? 24 minutes, so we're up to 46 minutes. Then we're up to 36 minutes, so we currently are looking at sitting there for roughly 2 hours. And then we have 27, so we're looking at sitting there for 2.5 hours before we get into the base game. I'm not a big fan of that. Not a big fan of that. You guys should totally call up Rodney Smith. Be like, hey, how much? Throw money at their face. There's a stretch goal for you. This is the basics? Is this like, but what does that mean? The basics. I don't want to know the basics. When I learn a board game, I'm not like, hey, just teach me. Well, I guess some people do want to know just the basics. But as someone who's teaching the game, I don't like it. I don't like this. I don't like that. Core game components. A Larry Harris game. Differences between the first and second edition. Oh, that's awesome. That's spectacular. Oh, is this the box?
So now we have...
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Yep. So all of a sudden, I'm all in on the shipping. Whatever the shipping is, I don't even care. Don't even care. Board Game Toronto's laughing. Rodney, LOL. Am I wrong, though? Am I wrong if they just came out and said, hey, guess what? Here's a Rodney Smith video coming for you. Oh, boom. This Kickstarter could explode. Because right now, it's like, ooh, this is going to be a beast to learn. This is going to be an absolute beast to learn, I imagine. As someone who's learning the rules. 28, 12 by 6, look at that. They're letting me know the dimensions. Thank you. And apparently, I normally always say I'd like to see it converted into millimeters or whatever as well, but I have been informed that Americans are the only ones who are so stupid who don't know how to convert inches to millimeters. Apparently the rest of the world was just like, yeah, we learned because you guys wouldn't. But 42-inch diameter, so we're talking, whoa, we're talking 3 feet wide. I like it. And finally, they're giving me the nitty-gritty. 32-page rule booklet. Really? Well, then why do I have to sit there 2.5 hours to learn the game if it's only a 32-page rule booklet? All right, I'm curious. Am I actually just going to be able to look at this? Please don't be formatted like a war book. Please don't be formatted like a war rule booklet. Please don't be formatted like a war rule booklet. Please don't be formatted like a war rule booklet. It's not full. No, well, it doesn't. Are we even? Oh, so this is still setting up. Oh, wow, this is a setup. Wow, this is an in-depth beast of a setup. I like this. I love the setup here. Setting up. Oh my gosh, that is 7 pages of setup. I'm not against that. I'm not okay. This rule booklet doesn't look like one that I'd really enjoy reading, but it looks like one that's not a terrible read. So that's awesome. Once again, I don't know if 2.5 hours. I've never spent 2.5 hours learning any games, and I've sat through the Twilight Imperium ones with the group before. I don't think those are anywhere near 2.5 hours. I've sat through Game of Thrones when we played like an epic 6-player version of that, and that's nowhere near 2.5 hours. So it's just asking 2.5 hours. And when you say 26 minutes for the rules, I got excited. But then when you say the basics, it just like it cheapens everything. I would almost rather you not even tell me that. So I could just Dyson battle boards. They look hot. Common tokens. Look at all this. Look at all this value. I'm seeing the value here. You were very clearly showing me the value. 150 infantry, 200. So they're pretty much saying that this is going to be a game that you're never ever going to get rid of. This is going to be one of those games. It is his magnum opus, and if you like this style game, then this is going to be the game that you are going to end all games, and it's amazing. And I don't mind him pitching this way. Looks good. First edition unboxings, cool. Wish list. North African scenario. I wonder what Tom said about this game. Bonus surprises now that we are funded. Wait. Whoa. I am 22 minutes into this video, and there's stuff. There's exciting stuff. Oh, that flag is going to raise some eyebrows. Oh, is there a flag? Did I miss a flag? What flag did I miss? Wish list. So, what? No stretch goals. That's right. We have a detailed production plan for the second edition core game. Whatevs. We've also unlocked a number of these wish list items now that we are funded, as you can see below, but we have a few more ideas that won't delay the printing of the second edition core. So I like what they're saying. They're straight up put Taiwan's flag name, it's China. Oh, I did not notice that. That sounds like a bad thing to do. Larry has been secretly working on a new 5th scenario. Whoa, it's a 4-player scenario involving Italy and Germany versus the United States. Wait, this is huge! Oh my gosh! This is a new scenario, a new way to play, and it's buried down here? Now, I know that this is going to be a digital-only style thing, but I would totally do is I would put this way higher, and I would say, hey, we're on a strict guideline. We made this game as nice as we possibly could already. We're not beating around the bush here. We're not doing stretch goals. But what we are going to do is we're going to be announcing some things that are going to be coming. So you're going to want to be checking back to see this. And to start off, boom, we're announcing the North African scenario. Now, this will not be in the rule booklet necessarily. I don't know if it is, but it's like that's a big thing. Restocks of supplements. We'll have pre-order options for supplements on the web store shortly after the Kickstarter campaign ends. Okay. Okay. New or revised supplements. These supplements will be slightly different or brand new. For example, the Jumbo expansion pack is no more and will be broken into parts sold individually. All will be available for pre-orders at the web store once the campaign ends. Dry erase boards, territory cards. Okay, so this is... So upgrade kit to second edition. Wow. Okay, this is a thing that I can get, and you're just now mentioning... Like, this is the first time in 24 minutes that I have not seen this. Like, because, yeah, as an upgrade to second edition, like, and you don't even offer a pledge manager? I can't just get in for $1? So I feel like that's a definite misstep right here. Because now what you're saying to me is, hey, we care about the people from the first edition. Because to be quite honest with you, I've been so caught up in all the buzz, I forgot that, yeah, there's probably going to be some people who are going to be like, oh, this new edition's going to add blah, blah, blah. And you're not leaving those people behind. You're in fact saying, hey, you can get this. I'd like to know the price of that, and I want this to be higher. And that kind of makes me want... So that's interesting. Giant roll-up neoprene... Wait. These supplements will be slightly different or brand new. For example, the Jumbo Expansion Pack is no more and will be broken into parts sold individually. All will be available for pre-order at the web store once the campaign ends. So these are things that I can also buy. This is an odd choice not to have this go through pledge managers. I guess maybe they want all the pie themselves, so they're just like, hey, you want to come get that? Come to the website on the after end. Okay, complete digital version support. Continued tabletop support. Continued Tabletopia support. Okay, cool. Forthcoming wish list items. The below wish list goals are dependent upon continued success. Supplementable, combined, or split into various bundles. Other news. This is a really weird way to handle this, and I don't think it gets people excited. I love the amount of transparency you have here, and normally I applaud that, but this is just a little bit too into the weeds. So what am I even reading here? So if we reach higher stretch goals, then we will unlock supplements combined or split into various bundles. We will get roll-up map storage cinch bag as a supplement. Okay. Other new supplements, TBA. Larger quantity restocks. Oh, goody! You guys are getting more player mats. That's not a stretch goal, I don't think. Further localization support. Continued support for transition of rulebook as a reference. Now that's awesome. Printing physical language kits in more languages. That's also awesome. Partnership with Rostrum for Chinese version. Wow, now that's one I would totally mention right there. That say, hey, we can get to this certain number, then this is going to be brought out to more spots of the world. I think that actually does get people excited. I don't know. Digital versions of support. Additional scenarios added to Tabletopia. Mobile support apps. Ooh, that's all. What? This should be way higher. Automated resource tracking, finding other players, etc. Yeah, because especially with a game like this, which is an all-day style game, if you tell me right from the jump, hey, we hit, and let me know the number. Like, because quite honestly, this is so weird. You know what that is? That's a stretch goal. Like, that's what we call a stretch goal. So why don't you just say, hey, if we hit $250,000, we're going to get this app, and this app will let you find other people to play with, and it also will make the bookkeeping easier in the game. You don't add anything to your timeline with the game, but you're making my purchase better and much more appealing. Like, so I would go through this stuff and figure out the stuff people actually want and do those differently. Because right now, like, how many people are actually getting to this point first? And then are they really taking the time to read and understand? Dice guided tutorial? What the hell? Oh my gosh! Why is this buried here? No, Nightingale. I told you I loved you, and now, I still do, but this is no. So if you don't know Diced is this third-party app that you can download, and the few tutorials they have on there are very well done. They're animated, they got the pictures, they got the sounds. It's fantastic. And I hope it continues to grow. But if you actually have a set number where you're going to pay and get one of these, that needs to be stretch goal number 8. That is a banger of a stretch goal right there. Especially if you're going to say that all customers will get it free or whatever. Because that's the one thing that they have the app. You download the app, and then you have to pay like $1 or $2 to get the tutorials. I think for some of them. Why can't they just do these long, nice-looking stretch goal images? Yeah, stretch goal images would be so good, because this is great. Luckily, I'm digging them up for you. Mobile support app, which is going to allow you to play with other players, and a dice-guided tutorial. That's awesome. All right, mainstream retail version support, standard UPC. What? Why are you telling me this? Oh, hey guys, if we keep making more money, we're gonna get a standard UPC on our box. Yippee! No one cares. Get rid of this! A quick start booklet, though. Oh, but this is on the mainstream retail version. Okay. Solo support. Oh, these just look like these look like they weren't actually supposed to be here. This looks like someone forgot to delete this from here, to be quite honest. Solo support. Solo or challenging puzzle modes with scoring. Other gaming modes, TBA. Hey, would you like a game mode that feels tacked on? Well, we want to make you feel like this game mode is tacked on. Like, you could approach this in a much more appealing way than saying, hey, you guys are interested, man? We might slap on a solo mode, probably a puzzle mode or something like that, with some scoring. I don't know. But you guys hit 250. Like, I don't like the stretch goals where you unlock solo, but it still looks better than this. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. But this section right there, I would get rid of it or make it better. You can play War Room, a Larry Harris game, online now. Follow the links below. Awesome. Session summaries. Why do I have to pay $5 then? Virtual. All pledges this tier will be shared among the developers of the virtual. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, that's great. That's why we read. This is actually going to be kind of like a tip jar for the people that work on that. Now that I absolutely love seeing. That's spectacular. I would spotlight that a little bit more, because how many people are just going to scroll through this and say, what? Oh, you're charging me for the tabletop simulator? Whatever, that's weird. And then just keep going on and not realize, hey, this is tipping someone who, that's great. This a full game?
Where are my markers? No. Welcome back. We're a land stack hidden in there somewhere.
No, this can't be. This is a global war game. What is this? The board game Turn 1? Looks like a dev diary idea board. It does. It really does. War Room Game 09 Europe. War Room Special Report. Okay. YouTube channel. Do you distrust the corporate overlords? Try posting. Okay. Nightingale's Forum. Oh, that's a nice shot. Cool. The team. Special thanks. Where's my tea? Wow, lots of people here. GPI is one of the top companies you use for manufacturing games. This is great. The Can You Do It, I already felt like it was a yes. And here you go. If you watch these videos because you're planning on doing a Kickstarter in the future, this is one thing I always say. Answering the question of can you do it was easy for them because it's a second edition. It's not an easy for you if you are doing a first edition, which is why I always recommend mentioning your manufacturer or mentioning some of the manufacturers that you're talking to and say, we're currently shipping or shopping things around. Granted, you normally should do that before the Kickstarter, but still, when you drop a manufacturer name, it adds so much credibility, even if you're lying. I mean, we don't know. Shipping and timeline. Option A, pay now, so sexy, pay later. And then look, it's nice and clean and clear. Shipping cost determined, $45, $45, $45, $45, $45, $60, $35. Okay. Seem a bit high, but I mean, it's a big box. But no, it's a big box. That actually seems pretty good. Shipping hubs. When reviewing shipping estimates, please keep in mind the humongous package size and weight. Oh, awesome. Thank you. Yeah. Great. You're telling me exactly what it costs. Quarterbatch logistic. Estimated timeline, August 2021. So we're looking at, okay, printing June 2022. So we're looking at like a Gen Con Origins release next year. That sounds just about right. Maybe this is one of the big games of Gen Con next year. I'll be there. Risk and Challenges is Nightingale's second charger. Awesome. Okay. Retailer deposit. We got 18 people on the retailers. Cool. So I'm going to give this a 1. Easy 1. I recommend this one. I would watch a gameplay video, maybe go watch a couple reviews. But if it looks like it might be your cup of tea, be sure to check this one out. If I get the second edition, how do I upgrade backwards? You can get the supplements like the Jumbo Pack. Okay. Local pickup, maybe. Probably. You might not get it as quickly. Okay. Can I double my pledge to get 2 more copies? Please say yes. Yes, there is no limit. Shipping will not combine, however. It would be double 2. Not as appealing, but still, it's, yeah, okay. Updates. War Room supplements, old and new stockroom. Let's check out the updates. 14.12, 29.8. That tells me these are not good updates. They're not getting people engaged. And that is especially a faux pas here. I feel like this is a big missed opportunity for Nightingale right now. Because you're not spotlighting. You're not just, God, there's so much you're not spotlighting. You're not spotlighting the fact of who Larry Davis is. Not Larry Davis. I love Larry Davis. Larry Harris. You're not spotlighting who Larry Harris is, I don't feel like enough. You're not spotlighting the fact that you do kind of have stretch goals. You're not calling them stretch goals, you're just putting them in a weird area that looks like it was supposed to be scrap clean before the Kickstarter came. And I'm going to guess that you're not engaging your audience because you have a very specific audience right here. Anyone who was ever big into Axis and Allies and those style games, that's a very specific niche of people. And if you have a very specific niche of people, you need to get them engaged and talking and active. And having 12 comments here tells me that you're not. I'm going to guess you did not end with a question here. Yeah, you're just talking stuff to me. Oh, you're talking about the supplements. Wow. Okay, because that would hopefully make things a little bit clearer. Oh, what is this? Oh, this is all the stuff. Oh my God. The pre-order system will go up shortly after the Kickstarter campaign completes. All pre-order supplements will be available for international shipping. Wait. Pre-order system. So this is not an add-on. Okay. I feel like this is a misstep not having this as an add-on, but I'm sure they're going to make a whole bunch of money on the back end by selling expo markers, which, hey, whatever, and these commander staves, which once again they can buy for very cheap. But good for them. I have no issues with this one at all. But I would say, what do you think would be your go-to supplement? Or War Room fans, do you have some, go-to supplement that we don't have that you use on your game? Ask any question. Get them engaged. And just throw them some member berries. Say, what was your first time playing a game like that? You're telling me that the 1,300 people backing this, there's not going to be more than 12 of them who want to tell you the story about the first time they played Axis and Allies with their grandpa or something like that, or whatever the story may be. And it's just, these are not engaging updates, and they totally could be engaging updates. Ask questions. Always ask questions. And Binding of Isaac actually did that. I did Binding of Isaac last week, and I trashed their update section, and now their updates are getting like hundreds of comments, and I went and checked them. They are asking questions. Doesn't matter if you're a multi-million-dollar Kickstarter or a $60 Kickstarter. The same tips. They're valid. It's possible to store the command staves or the giant sand timer in the box. What do you use the most? Let's see. Where's the green? Okay, so they get there. They get there. All right, so it looks like some good customer service here. Awesome. Awesome. Possum. Look at them. They're responding to everything. Great. Let's go check out the updates. Make sure they're responding to people on the updates as well. Probably should have done that. Because there's some people, they neglect the updates. They won't even check the comments. It drives me mad. And let's see, are they in there? They in there? They're in there. Great customer service. Top notch. I love so much of what Nightingale Games is doing here. Excellent. So I'm going to give it a 1. Easy 1 right here. War Room, a Larry Harris game. I'd recommend going and watching a video or a review of the first one, seeing if it's your cup of tea, and checking this one out. Knowing that it's going to be a good game. It's already at the rank 3,200, and they're making the game better, in theory, which means, hey, top 1,000? Who knows? And I will say, I say top 1,000, you're like, oh, yeah, how's it going to crack the top 1,000? And I want to mention that having a game like this generally means that you're going to have higher Board Game Geek ratings. I'm going to pull back the curtains right here, and you're like, what does that mean? Take a game like Seven Wonders. Everybody's played a game like Seven Wonders. If you're in the board game hobby, there's a very good chance you've played Seven Wonders or Dominion or these games that a lot of people have played. And when you get a lot of people playing those games, there's going to be people who say, that's just not my style of game. And they're going to rank it poorly as such. Whereas War Room, if I say, hey, I got this war-based game, it's going to take, about 12 hours to play, there is a very specific niche of people who are going to be interested in that game, and that specific niche of people are going to be much more inclined to like that game and then review that game better on Board Game Geek. And now you start to see what I'm saying here. I don't think it's out of the possibility. Top 1,000. Who knows? But let me know what you think in the comments down below, because I like to tickle those YouTube algorithms as well. And if you enjoy what I'm doing, as always, keep on. I hope you have a great day. Oh my gosh, I'm stumbling. I'm getting out of here. Bye, everybody.